Alright, so this is the final result of the piece that we ended up just doing, and it's really difficult to show the color and the true representation of what the piece actually looks like, so I hope that this is coming out pretty decent. Today I'm going to end up showing how we can use this wood dye kit from Key to Dye as a good foundation for a traditional can stain. So I'm going to end up making a really concentrated base with some yellow and a little bit of blue. I have the yellow dissolved here, and I'm going to put just a little bit of blue. Now blue will overpower just about every color that's in the kit, so you kind of got to be careful when you're using the blue. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of a greenish yellow. This is a maple, a soft maple, and it has a little bit of the curl characteristics in it. I mean, I don't think it's a true curly maple, but it does have quite a few of the curl features in it. So you can see that this is a yellow, but it has like a hint of the blue into this dye stain. And this time I'm using the dyes as a water base, and the traditional stain, can stain that I will be using is an oil base. I'm just going to let this dry out now, and we'll be back when this is dry. Alright, so the first one there is the pre-sand. Okay, so we used the dye that I put on there as a wood conditioner. So that's why I didn't say what we prepped it with or anything like that. So that was our wood prep stage. So I applied the dyes, and then I sanded it back with a 150 grit sandpaper. So now I'm just going to end up adding just a little bit of black to this yellow blue solution, just because I just want it a little bit darker to highlight the curls that are in this piece a little more. Okay, so I got these mixed up. So now this is going to be the coat that I end up leaving on. I'm going to grab a clean one, just because that I changed the color on this a little bit by adding the black, because I'm looking to have a little darker color contrast with the yellow to end up highlighting some of the grains, because like I said, that we're going to be putting the oil base over the top, so we want the dyes to really make the grains stick out. So I'm going to be putting this one on a lot heavier than I put on the first one, because this one is not going to be our wood conditioning process. So, and just because the dyes may look a certain color in your cup doesn't necessarily mean that's the color that it will be on your wood. Okay, so I let this penetrate on here for about 30 to 45 seconds, and now I'm just going to wipe this off. Now there is some issues with this piece of wood. Like I said, you know, it's just a scrap piece, so got some, you know, bad spots here, and there's some things here, but it's just a demonstration, and I'm just kind of testing this process myself because we're not sure exactly how I want to finish this cabinet over here, and we were thinking maybe of doing this process, so I just wanted to know how this worked out. But the cabinet's just going to be sitting down in the basement anyway. It's just kind of a laundry wall cabinet. So it's nothing, not going to be anything too fancy. Okay, so I got most of this excess wiped up, and you can see right here that that's what this is right here. It goes right through. But anyways, so I guess this is more what we're trying to concentrate on. But I'll let this dry out, and we'll be ready for the next step then. Okay, so this is dried out considerably. I mean, it's still a little damp, so I'd say it's about 90% dry. So now I'm just going to burnish this a little bit, and that's just where I just take a clean part of the cloth and just rub the surface of the wood. You don't have to do it too hard. It just helps to even out the dyes and loosen up any of the dye particle that may just be sitting on top of the wood that didn't penetrate in all the way. So I'm just doing that, and then I'm just going to scuff it. It's just really lightly scuff this up a little bit, so that way we can put our can stain over the top, and it has areas where it can penetrate, because I'm not trying to overpower the oil base with the dye. I'm just trying to make a nice highlight of the grain. So I'll be back for that process in a little bit, because I'm just going to let this finish drying, because with the water base I want it to dry all the way, so that way I know that I won't have any issues at all with the oil, because of, like they say, oil and water don't mix. So I'll be back in a little bit. This is the base that I'm going to be using, and what I'm going to end up doing now is just scuffing this up. So this is dried out. This is what the base is with just the dye. And then I'm going to put the can stain over the top of this now. And then I guess that with this, we have to let this penetrate for 5 to 15 minutes. And then we'll have to let this dry for 8 hours. So as you can see, this is like a reddish brown. We're going over the top of the water-based heated dyes. We let this sit for the longer end, more towards 15 minutes. So just to recap on this, we ended up putting down the key to dye color, the dyes for sanding conditioner, and then we added a little bit more of the black and the blue to end up creating a nice base. And then we ended up putting the Minwax Gun Stock 231 over the top of that base, and I hope that this is showing up good on camera. You know, giving a good demonstration of what this really looks like. It's just beautiful. So I really hope that this is showing up. It turned out very nice, and I think it's a very good tip, or you know, another way that you can end up using the wood dye kit. So it does represent a pretty nice base that you can end up using underneath a oil base stain as well. So it's just another option that you can do with the Kita wood dye kit. So I hope that this helps out. Alright, so this is the final result of the piece that we ended up just doing, and it's really difficult to show the color and the true representation of what the piece actually looks like. So I hope that this is coming out pretty decent. But anyways, it's going to take 8 hours for this piece to cure out and finish. So I think we're just going to end it here. We like the way that this turned out, and I believe that we might end up doing this on the cabinet. So again, thanks for watching, and I hope that you guys like this video. Thank you.